Obviously, kind of a cardiac game back and forth. Can you talk just about the start that you guys got, Iowa's goal, and then just the very quick answer that you got from Riley Tufte there?
Yeah, you know what? I liked our 60. I thought it was a complete effort tonight, to be quite frank. We've been talking about it for a while, and you go through, ruts during the season, and then you also go through stretches of grooves. And we were in a groove earlier in the year, and we found ourselves in a little bit of a rut. And I thought that was our most complete game over the last stretch. I'm glad the guys were rewarded and stayed with it right to the bitter end. But it was one of those ones where I thought they earned the 2 points tonight.
You talk about being in a rut, and obviously the road trip didn't go as planned. Talk about getting started with this win, how this builds momentum for the crazy week that you guys are going to have.
To be honest, you kind of got to take it a day at a time right now, Stephen. Obviously, it's great to have 4 home games, but it's a quick rinse and repeat. We played a lot of hockey. I think that's exciting. The alternative wouldn't be playing hockey. It's a unique year, so there's makeup games, there's condensed schedule, and I think you have to embrace that. And I think that's a part of what this year's about. So I think you have to embrace it. We're right back at it. So yes, it's big, but you can't get too comfortable or too complacent. Hydrate, rest, and tomorrow is going to be a whole new grind, and we'll have to be ready.
In terms of defensive breakdowns and stuff, it looked like the 2 goals, maybe even the third one as well, just came on that back door, somebody kind of getting loose. Anything there you can diagnose that you want a quick fix for tomorrow?
Yeah, well, we know they have some guys that are good around the net, and we lost a couple box outs early 5-on-5. The third one was a power play goal for them, so a little different scenario. But then again, pucks were right around that area, and they found a way to get that offensive ice. So we have to do a better job in front of our blue paint. There's no question about it. Overall, our scoring chances against, we're in the number we were comfortable giving. We did a good job limiting scoring chances against, and in turn we created a fair amount. So it was one of those games where we probably could have had a few more goals earlier in the game, and that would have been that. But it was a good hockey game, and we stayed the course. We'll clean up some areas around our net, but I'm glad the guys stayed with it.
Last one, obviously, you talked about the bitter end. Cole Schneider, 1.4 seconds left. Good to see him get back on the score sheet after being out for a little while there.
Yeah, hey, that's going to happen. He was a little dinged up, a couple weeks back, and just finding his rhythm again. And a player that he's as honest as it gets. He gets his goals around the net, and you're going to go through streaks. When you're a player like that you're around the blue paint, you're a guy who tips a lot of pucks, you get a lot of goal mouth plays. You're going to go through stretches where you're scoring goals at will, and then you'll go through a little stretch where they're not going in, and it's a team thing where pucks aren't getting to that area. He's a player that he needs pucks to get there, and when they do, he usually makes something happen.
Great, thanks, Neil.
Looking at the rest of the game, obviously we've talked ad nauseum about how you like to roll lines, but the combination that I kept seeing you go back to was that group with Mutri, Slaker, and Tufte. Just what impressed you about that group tonight?
Well, I liked them, and I think what impresses me is that I challenged a few guys, them included, for their role and what I didn't like about the last game in Cleveland. So to see a response, not only they embraced the response, they stepped up and they had one of their best games of the year. I thought they were terrific. They played against any line, including shifts against the Mayhew line, and they did a very good job. They scored a big goal for us, responding early when we were down, and then they brought energy, they brought ozone time, they brought physicality, so they did their job.
Obviously, Nick's on an incredible streak right now. Just when you look at his game over the last few weeks, have you ever seen kind of a stretch like this where a guy is just in the right places at the right time and making plays at crucial times?
Yeah, no, sure. You'll see players get hot, and right now he's getting rewarded for doing things the right way. He's an honest player. He's been winning the walls in the D zone. He's putting pucks into area and then using his speed to go chase them down. He's keeping his game simple through the first 2 zones, and then he's making some really good decisions in the offensive zone. So he's in a rhythm. He's working hard, and he's getting rewarded for it. So I like the way he's playing, and I think a lot of the points and goals are a bonus. for the 200-foot game he's playing right now.
The other guy, like you talked about some of the odd plays in front on the goals that they scored, but what did you think of Colton tonight and how he kind of was able to battle through some tough saves down the stretch as well?
Yeah, no, he was steady. He was solid. Like I said, there's a couple of things we had to clean up on rebounds, but overall we'll rewatch it. But I thought he was good. His depth was good, and overall it's a good game for him.